Okay, let me see if I can hear myself, and then we can get going. Okay, see if I can hear myself. That is good, and then we'll do this. It's not that one. This, and we should be good to go. Let me see if I paste the link. Alright, I did. And into the Patreon as well. Hello, hello. Just a moment, and I'll start. Where do we start this week? Probably not that one. Let's just start with the indices again. We did commodities. Let's actually just go through those. I have not traded these at all. Let's go with the USL first. I was expecting this. We never got enough of these 3s and 4s here that I would like. There is also a chance that this whole thing is more like a 3, because proportionately that looks very decent. Almost hit the 1.236 here, and yeah, that is basically that. This definitely could be some kind of ABC as well, and then we could be getting ABC, ABC, and then ABC down here. Higher time frame, we had consolidation area here down around the $75 area, of which we could be looking for another impulse up higher. This definitely has the chance of being some kind of 5 wave. However, we don't have a good looking divergence here, so that's why I'm not really interested in this. Natural gas seems like it is getting some kind of pump up in here. However, we are still within that more bearish area, I feel like. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Into that 1.618. There is some divergences here now formed, but there is chance that, because again we had this as a potential 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, so I would be expecting us to consolidate down a bit, get one more top here, and then we could be looking for short setups downwards instead. And overall, this could be a ABC still. With natural gas, I've not really found a good extension target for it to be working, similar to what crypto does. So again, I feel like this is more of a shit coin to be traded than anything else. It can go well beyond into the 2s as an extension, even for an ABC. So again, that's one of the reasons why I don't really like natural gas to be traded. Silver and gold, both of them, I was expecting us to do this. So we could be getting into a trade. We never did on either of them, and you can see how much they pumped. Unfortunately, or unfortunate for that, but yeah, if they are not going to be retracing enough, then the setup is gone for me. I'm not going to be chasing it, just gotta accept that, okay, it's gone, and yeah, gotta find something else to be trading. Uranium still has not gone back up here into the areas I would want. We have some OBs here around 27.11. We could be looking for some kind of a 3-way structure here. 1.236 extends really nicely into it. So again, if we are going to be getting this into some kind of, I don't even know how this is going to be. Maybe this is going to be some kind of diagonal. So this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into here with a divergence into this OB. I could be looking for this kind of trade here downwards, because again, this is very kind of impulsive to the downside. It looks kind of like a 5 wave. Of course, it can be part of this as an ABC as well, with a continuation to the upside, but we'll see. We'll see. If we just don't crush through this area here, I would definitely want to be seeing that divergence formed in here, and then we could be looking for that short. If there is no divergence here, I probably don't want to be looking for that short, and I want this structure to be somewhat clear as well. I don't think I looked at wheat very much. Oof. Well, I mean, we could have some kind of diagonal here. We have divergence here as well. Looks decent. Not really good looking three wave here to say that we have a 5 here. Yeah, I'm not really liking this. This is probably not even hitting the 1-to-1 extension, right? Yeah, it's not. You could have an ABC here, consolidation, and another ABC here. We have divergence still here. Let's see, are we hitting some kind of targets here now? Okay, we did hit 1.382. Anything in here? I don't think we have even hit 1-to-1. Yeah, it's going to be very high, not really lining up. So I'm not going to be too interested in that. Dow. Okay, so we had another three-way structure here. We've been talking about this higher time frame structure quite a lot, where this would be an ABC, or that this would be ABC, and then some kind of 5 wave to the downside, looking to target these lows here around 32 to 12. Definitely one of the targets. This kind of seems like a 3 wave. Very decent extension targets here hit. We hit the 1.382 to the dot. On other indices, we hit 1.236, for example, I think on S&P 500, and we got some kind of bounce from it yesterday, and today we are dumping. So we'll see about that, how that feels and looks once we take out these lows. It is possible that we are going to be creating something like this on higher time frame, and then if we are taking these lows out, we can confirm that, okay, this is not going to be any kind of a diagonal opportunity. At this point, it still is a possibility where this would be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, creating this diagonal in here. Not really a high percentage for any reason. Diagonals are always less probable than any kind of ABC correction or any kind of corrective structure. So keep that in mind if you're willing to trade those. But overall, I'm still expecting a B wave to be placed later on in here. And as we did not even tag this hit here, we could still have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without divergence. Maybe in next week, maybe the week after, we would be looking for that. Again, we are really high time frame, so these high moves are going to be taking some time. S&P 500, it has almost taken its low here. I wanted to originally look for a long setup here on top of this, but we just went straight through it, and we actually got another back test on it, so you can see here. So it's not really that good. 1 hour time frame, we are getting new lows here on RSI, which is not very convincing either. 30 minute, we are getting some divergence, so a bit contradictory in that part. Let's see the extension targets here. Where are we at now? Beyond the 1.618. Yeah, it's not really that good anymore. So I think I made a video about the S&P 500 and how the time affects what I'm looking for on counter trend capital, where I was comparing this move here to this. So again, based on that, I would be expecting that this is not the end of this move. We could be creating something like this instead. So we'll see if there is going to be some kind of bullishness here. I might be looking for a long setups, but I want some kind of market structure shift there as well. Probably going to be setting in lows here, lows as well. So either this low or height to be taken, or this one. Nasdaq, I was also looking at this long possibility, but this was more like a three-way structure on Nasdaq. So again, it was not as bullish looking. Overall higher time frame, this was way more bullish than S&P 500 based on the count, but I don't really like this anymore. We'll see what this kind of structure becomes. At this point, I'm not quite sure. We have a low here on RSI. We probably could go a bit higher. A low here on RSI, so I don't really like the idea that this would be a three-way structure like so. So that's why I'm still leaning in this being a 3. If we are comparing in time here, we can see that this 23.6 did not even hit into these peaks. So again, that's why I'm still expecting something like this to be happening overall. ETH, please. Well, ETH is coming up on once I'm reviewing the crypto stuff later. Yeah, you can see which one is clearly the most bearish of these all. We have now taken the lows that we had here, everything here, all the liquidity. We did not create a single bounce. We just went straight through. Russell is obviously the worst of the indices at the moment. The smaller caps are doing very bad on the US market. So definitely, if we are looking at the higher time frame picture, let me get rid of these so we can actually see. I had the idea that we could be taking some liquidity from here. We did not. We just created more of this. Could this be some kind of triangle as well? Some kind of A, B, C, D, E? I guess so. We had some issues with these not being so contracting of a look, but anyhow being ABC like so, or that triangle like so, it doesn't really matter. The main point is that this whole thing is super scary, because look at where the one-to-one extension is. We are going to be very close to the 2020 lows, and yeah, that is horrible. That is horrible. And if this is actually the start of this whole move, we can just be comparing it against this first structure over here. And yeah, I really hope this is not going to be the case, but I feel like this has to be my main count given how this structure forms. So into here, and if we take out this low that we had in 2020, that might be a really big sign for the other indices as well, if they are going to be following. But rarely, I guess, the mid caps or the high market cap ones are going to be following Russell. It's normally the other way around. So, but yeah, it's super weak at this point, Russell, and I see no good things about it. At this point though, if we want to be seeing some kind of trade opportunities, we could be saying that we have a 3 here, or if we think that we are going to be getting a potential 5, look for that divergence like we currently have. Look for that 3-way structure, potentially into this order block here on daily. And of course, look at the time. We're on daily time frame, so again, this is going to be taking a long time. So probably want to be trading the smaller time frame here. Let's see, where do we have it? We have the highest high here on RSI, so that is probably the end of the move. Maybe a 3-way like this. I'm not quite sure how I would be labeling this though, so that's going to be an issue. We do have some divergences forming here. Maybe this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already. Not quite sure. That is tough to call. But maybe I'll add an alert here above these highs here, so we can get a market structure change. And if that happens, then we can be taking another look at the chart. Then let's go through the indices. Oh, sorry, what is it? Stocks. There we go. So this was the trade that I called on Counter Trend Capital. I'm going to be making another video on that later. Looks like we are just about to take out this low here. Probably going to be getting an alert here soon. And this looks very bearish. Looking at the real time our regular trading hour data here, this looks very, very bearish. I was not quite sure what this is. This looked more like a 3. Maybe this is a 3 and yet another potential 3 wave here. These are of course one of the targets here. So 1.236 now hit. We are getting a really low RSI reading here, getting a higher time frame, like possible lows. The 4 hour time frame is been really decent on my indicator here. We had this low here, we had this low here, and we are printing now again. So again at some of the targets, what I would like to see is some kind of divergence to be formed here. Now we could be comparing this to be a 3rd, 4th and 5th maybe. This is going to be important here to take out the liquidity and then potentially getting a bounce. So I'm probably going to be taking some profits soon here. Once we take out that low, maybe we probably shouldn't be that greedy and take it now actually. Give me just a moment. I'll close some of the position. As there is, again, I feel like we are getting closer and closer to at least some kind of bounce. Where do I have Discord? Here. Okay, but that's Tesla. We could be looking for a bounce. Higher degree, targets are lower, because again, this would be those targets. 1 to 1 to, well, this would be super bearish already. But maybe this is a 5 here, and if this is indeed a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we can certainly get into here. But this is kind of hard to say that this is 5. This more likely looks to me like a 3. So yeah, that's that. Meta. It never came back here, so it did its pump on its own. Tesla now taking that low. We don't need to be looking at that. Sorry about the beep. Yeah, and also Meta confirming that this can't, or it's not really likely to be a fire wave. If it is, somewhat following the other tech stocks, or other ones are following this one, because again we have taken out the highs. It can't be a 5 or ending as a 5 at least. So, or it can be an ending of a 5, meaning ABC, but it can't be a start of anything. So this being a 3, let's see if it actually hits anything. Oh, it did hit 1 to 1. Okay. That's interesting. For some reason I did not have an alert there. Maybe I was looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or maybe I don't have an alert here at all. I'm not quite sure what is going on here. Yeah, but yeah, I don't see an opportunity at this point. Baba, still crashing. I'm still printing on that. Jimmy, Netflix. Netflix had a massive bounce here. I was longing this opportunity here. I was going to, but we never. This should have been somewhere in here, I think. But I did not really like the structure, how it formed here. Again, high tops had the RSI, so no divergence, and yeah, luckily didn't take that. We would have been stopped out, and then instantly a lot of buying off hours would have been happening. And well, if you were to be having some kind of good stop loss here, then you would be in great profits. It was great, nice 15%. But yeah, you're going to be missing those. The earnings are sometimes really random. Even with a good earnings, you could be having stocks meltdown for some reason. Apple never got into the targets. Let's see. No, this is the ABC potential. Yeah, never got in there. So yeah, nothing here at the moment anymore to be done. Everything like seems like it is dumping. I wish I had done the live stream yesterday. Looks like we could have had some opportunities there. ABC, is this hitting like a one-to-one extension? Yeah, it is. Oh well. Yeah, Amazon had this higher time frame potential ABC here, another ABC. So either this 3 is comparable to this one already. It is in time at least. But again, if this is the start, we could have like this much more larger structure where this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, it's not as clear that like that, because look at this previous potential 5. If this is the start, you can't really, well, you could be looking for these 3 as a short trigger, but you would be having to go into very small time frame, and you can't really play the retracement game up in here with these 3s. Okay. But yeah, Amazon not providing anything at this point. ARC, oh, he is dumping still. 3. That is weird. That is weird looking. That is weird. Yeah, not touching that. PayPal, oh no. We probably need to look at this on log scale. Yeah, I had the file wave complete here. I don't know what this is. This had the opportunity of being a 5 that I would start summon, but then something else came out. August last year, and we just been creating this downward slump. This more looks like some kind of channel here. Let's see if a channel fits here. That fits quite nicely. On log scale, on arithmetic scale, fits decently as well, actually even better, I feel like. Let's see. Here. Pretty decent here. I'm not quite sure how I would be labeling that Elliott wave wise though. Palantir, I had this short as well. Looks like it is doing pretty decent. I was waiting for a pullback. I like this 5 here. I was not really sure where I would be shorting this, but yeah, this was the area of interest, and looks like it is hitting the top pretty well. Now at this point we are only having a 3-way structure coming down. So if the price gets back in here, we probably want to be cutting that trade in profit. But overall idea is that we are going to be going way lower into these areas here. $11 from these prices. That's another 25% off from the current price. We are, or from the entry, we are around 10 or 12% still already down, which is good for us, not good for Palantir. Oh, Enphase did a thing here. Oof. Why is it? Was that there was no earnings? It was just a closing dump. Why is that? 15%. Wow. That is so weird. What was it going on? What was going on here? We even had a potential fire wave here. Potential. It's not the best looking one, but yeah, this had the very ugly diagonal. That's why we weren't playing it. Mara, horrible looking structure. A lot of overlap, most likely going to be continuing down in my opinion. Sure, it could be doing something like this as well, but yeah, nothing really I like. We have nice looking divergences here. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that looks pretty decent. But the question here is again, okay, you can see we have the top here, meaning that there is a good chance that we have this as 3. What goes against that though is that we have this as the low, so there's no divergence here. So it's not very probable that this would be a running flat. However, I kind of like the idea that we would have this as an ABC coming down though. Based on the other like Tesla and Meta and Palantir, for example, where I'm expecting more lower prices. This could be one of those that follows. As this has not dumped too much, only 3%, this might be a play. This might be a play here. It's not clear that this whole thing is done either. You could have, say, and where this is like a wave 1, 2, and this would be another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this would be 3, and this would be 4 and 5, where it most likely would take out the high, and this, what looks like a dump now, would be part of that C wave of that ABC here as an expanded flat. So there's a risk there. We have now taken liquidity from below these previous lows, which is very, very common for a wave 4. So we could be actually looking for some kind of play here for a potential upside. There's no real good looking divergences here, which makes me think that it is way more risky than reward than it should be. Yeah, this is very extended here, so some kind of, I would expect us to take out this floor again into something, maybe something like that. Let's see if we can get anything here. That would be very deep of a wave 4 though. Let's see, how much have we retraced already? It's that high. Just 38.2 right there. We could be getting to that 0.5. That would be very close to the end here. But that would give us a good invalidation as well on top here, and look for one more high. And at here, then we would be looking for, if this is actually the pivot here, then we would be looking for probably areas here against this. But I'm going to be setting alerts somewhere. I'm not going to be trading this until I see something like this here. Taking out this previous low, and then probably taking out this consolidation area here. And then if it comes back to that, some kind of order block, I would be looking for potential long. Here I wanted to take out the high if I want to short NVIDIA. Didn't get back into the highs and then just dumped. So yeah, oh well. Now let's go through the crypto ones. Start with Bitcoin. We had a nice looking pump here. Probably this. I think this has to be done as a 5 wave, very local. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into these lows with the truncation. Ooh. Sounds kind of bad. I wanted it to take one more low, but then pump up higher and then continuation. But this was kind of weird. On Binance, it did take out all these, but on BingX, which I use now for trading, it did not take out any of these highs, nor did the CME chart. So yeah, keep that in mind. We did tag, I'll get into that daily, so that is mitigated. Nothing really more here at the moment. We have more targets upside, 31.2 to 31.8, all kind of highs here to be done. Negative point controls and dailies such as targets, but I'm not sure if we are going to be reaching that. There was a couple of options here as well, how you want to be labeling this. We could have this as an A, B, and then looking for this as a C wave, where this would be an expanding diagonal. A, B, and C, and where this would be the start of some kind of dump to the downside. That is definitely a possibility as well. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not quite sure of the higher time frame counts for here. I'm not currently trading Bitcoin. Oh well, I had a very local short here into this, but I don't know. That is just a scalp. I don't have a very good looking count here on higher time frame. That's why I didn't do the video that I was talking about with one of the members there. But yeah, as a possible ABC, yeah, I don't really like it at the moment. I'll just wait until it clears out. In the meanwhile, just trading the altcoins. For example, Rune had a decent looking structure, A, B, tag in here, and then look for upside. We are getting some kind of move here, and yeah, it looks decent so far. What else did we have? ETH. Man, ETH is doing something similar. We had this as a potential 3-wave, but this could be a 3-wave here as well. On ETH, we have not taken out the weak high either. So, but it kind of looks it's impulsive here. There's definitely a chance that it goes a bit higher. I think we had on 10 minutes. Was it 10 minutes? No, 15. Sorry, I had to sneeze. So, do we have a divergence here? 81.6. 81.3. Yeah, okay. So we do have a divergence there between these two peaks. Not really a clear one or clear count. This could be some kind of 3, where this would be an ABC. Oh, sorry, this would be an ABC like so. 3 here, and then coming down again. I'm not too bearish on this, because this looks, in my opinion, like a 3. If we had this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, this looks so weird. And the fact that we just barely took out this low here is kind of suspicious to me, if we were to create a diagonal. But we can certainly come back down here for that 3. Maybe we are going to be getting a pattern like for this one after. ADA had a nice pump here, but it's not something that I don't really like trading ADA, because it has everything is so overlapping. Like, it's so overlapping. This had the massive wick as well here. Solana had this massive pump as well. There's a chance that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Man, looks like we did a massive pump here, and yet on higher scale or higher degree, we're still 90% down of the all-time highs. Man, this is such a large range though, from what, November 2022. Yeah, let's see if we have some kind of point of control, beyond point of control and range value very high. We'll see if this continues to pump. I don't think so. There is a chance that this is a 5, but again, proportion wise, that does not look good anymore, right? How low this wave 4 came down to is kind of weird. It came back to the golden pocket basically. Some traders were able to get this based on this TA here, saying that, okay, we go back to the golden pocket. To me, this tells me that this more likely is not a 1, 2, 3, but instead an ABC in here, some kind of ABC in here, and now we'd be looking for another ABC up, or a WXY. This, I had some targets here when I was tracking this, looking for this as a 3-wave, and now we hit that 1-to-1. and then another 3 wave here, and we hit that 1 to 1. So some of the targets are hit, but the major issue for me at this point is the fact that we have not hit this highs or these. Let me put this into the same degrees and color these. So this would be, that would be actually right. This would be this color, but we have not hit these targets here. Oh, do I have it here? No, that's something else. 1 to 1, where is it? Here. I think I did this on BingX chart, so that's why I'm not sure it's not showing up in here. But we have a lot of confluence here, 28.5 or 28.4, that I would be really interested in. If this is going to be pumping more. Some of the altcoins are looking like they are still needing a 4th and 5th. Not sure about this one. This kind of reminds me of a wave 4 still. Has the possibility. Maybe we have that 1, 2, 1, 2 here, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, and 5, where this whole thing now would be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can be getting towards that 1.382, which would be hitting all these extension targets very nicely. And then I would be definitely looking for more short. We still do have this divergence here between this X and wave Y, which is something that we don't really want to see. Let's see if that is on higher time frame as well. It is on 8, 85, 17. It is still here as well. That is something that is kind of worrying. What about this one? 80, 86, 37, 87 here. Okay, so that is still there. That is still there. There's nothing to deny that. Let's see the time actually here as well. 38.2, not hit. Kind of would want that to happen. So that would be later, in about 2 hours. So that would be the minimum I would take. The 38.2 as an extension. Generally, we want to be comparing, this structure here to this one here. So again, this is very much smaller in price than, in time than this one, but it is almost hitting the minimum. But yeah, those areas are my interest. 28.4, something. Phantom, another bounce here as well. I don't really like how it came down. This is probably, maybe this is some kind of 3, I don't know, because this is some weird structure right in the middle. You could almost say that we have something like this, where this is coming down once more. Yeah, Dogecoin not looking too hot. Let's go through these. Litecoin. Some impulsive characteristics. Not really any divergence going on here, so not really able to trade that as a potential 5 either, or as at least. Silica. Oh, dots. The issue with these, or most of these coins at the moment, is that we have a structure like this here prior to this more impulsive looking structure. That means that this, whatever here is, could be a ABC, and we can't really, or we don't really want to be going long here, because there is a chance that, again, this is a 3 here, and this last structure here is not the start of something new, but end of this, where it would mean that we have a move here. This would be a connecting structure that connects this previous structure to the next one, which is again going down. And, well, obviously, we would be getting stopped out at that point. But there are some that had better looks, where that is not the case. So you'd be playing those. Let's see if I have any on this list. Solana is definitely creating its own magic there. This kind of looks decent. However, I think there is still a chance that this is 3 locks, so, or even into these highs here. XRP did a decent run as well. The issue that I have here is these are overlapping. Can't really say that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And even if we had this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 taking out the high, generally the wave 4 of a higher degree structure comes back to the previous lower degree wave 4 lows, which would be this, and at that point again we would have to look at this same peak, and we could not take or get back into that. Otherwise, this whole thing could be an ABC again, which is very similar to the other coins at the moment. So that is very much not good, because again, if this is a 3, we're going to be fitting this whole structure, this structure here, back into the higher degree count, which would most likely be something to deal with that one, or that we would have this already complete, where we would be then continuing this structure to the downside. So this structure looking for another partner leg downwards, or we would be looking for this. So again, both would be saying that, okay, we have down targets more. You could be looking for some kind of short in here, but again, it's kind of risky. There's no real good looking for or good structure for a stop loss unless we go a bit higher into 2s. Let's see what kind of extension we had here into the 1.618 here. Maybe if we come back to the 1.618 extension here, we could be looking for that short, something like this. Having quite tight stop loss there as well would be decent. Taking potential liquidity, because we did not break the liquidity here on both of these highs, or neither of these highs. So have some kind of room there to take out that and then dump here. That might be the play. I'll add an alert here. Or you could be just looking for setting alerts on top of these, looking for reaction here and playing the reaction instead. Ape, nothing really, no. All of these are very similar. Let's see if I have, no, not that one. Sushi, I think I had some in here. Potential wave 4 play here. I've got a phone. I need to. I'll just check this later. But yeah, potential play here. Oops. If we sweep these previous wave 4 lows and then just get back up. If we have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then this higher degree 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, very small time frame play. I probably missed this. Maybe it was here. I don't know. One of these. But yeah, I don't even have alert here. What am I doing? I'll set an alert here. Okay. But that's one of the potential setups. And again, this is playing the very small time frame where I'm just looking to play this 5th wave. If we get structure like this coming down in 3 waves, then I don't really care if this is an ABC, because again, this structure would be part of this 5 wave here, and then it can do whatever it wants. This is the trade setup here, and if the risk to reward ratio is decent, then I could be playing that. But yeah, I have some other ones that are interesting, but not revealing those at this point. Yeah, let's see that Tesla. How's that doing? Oh, it's dumping even more. Well, we got that TP down here, around here somewhere here, and it's still dumping. Well, it's going to be a pretty decent gains to be made here. We'll see how long this is going to be going. Still at the bearish targets here, 1.236. If we go beyond the 1.618, then because again, the idea that I had previously was that we had this as three up, and well, you know what is coming after, because this is a W, X, and then we'd be looking for a wave Y. I don't want to be showing you these targets, but minus, okay, yeah, that's not going to happen. Let's put that on log scale instead, so we get some, but yeah, of course there's going to be bounces in between, especially as we started with this kind of structure here. It does not really feel like 5 waves, but neither did this in the start, right? So if we are going to be getting this kind of a gradual start here, it would be looking more like this. And so far we are still within that margin of error here, that we are coming down in such manner. And it definitely is going to be offering more possibilities as well. And something like this, for example, previously here, you would be looking for short setups. This was kind of extended, right? I think it was, oops. Yeah, it was 1.618. It's also possible that we had this as 3, and this was 3, 3. We had divergence here, right? Yeah, we did, okay. So we had potential 3, 3, and 3 instead of this ABC. I can't remember what I was looking at that point, but yeah, doesn't matter. But yeah, looking to dump even further. If it is coming down this low, then I'm probably not going to be holding this trade for that long, because it's not meant to be that kind of saving or trade that I'm holding that long. It's already giving me really good risk reward ratios now. But yeah, I think that is pretty much all the assets that I wanted to cover. This week we went through commodities, indices, stocks, and crypto. If you're interested in learning more, there's a course I have. If you're interested in learning Elliott Wave, there's Discord. There's trade signals on counter-trend capital if you're interested in that. And yeah, that is basically everything I wanted to talk about today. Hope you enjoyed and got something out of it, and catch you again next week. See ya. Bye-bye.